The National Gypsum Company, NGC, was established by a royal decree number 5-5 in 1378 Hijri 1958 with a capital of 144 million Saudi Riyal as a joint Saudi stock corporation venture, and is considered one of the pioneering companies in the field of industry and mining in Saudi Arabia in particular and in the Gulf in general. The head office is located in Riyadh with branches in Jeddah, Yanbu and Dammam. It manufactures road gypsum into many products for constructional development in the kingdom in particular and neighboring countries in general. The company is active in producing and marketing gypsum and gypsum byproducts in Riyadh and Yanbu through the following industrial plants. 8 plants for the producing and manufacturing of gypsum in Riyadh with annual production of 480,000 tons. Two plants for the production of plasterboards in Riyadh and Yanbu, annually producing 12 million square meters. A unit in Riyadh for the production of PVC and aluminum laminated tiles, producing annually 250,000 square meters. An automated plant producing decorative gypsum tiles 60 by 60 centimeters with annual production of 150,000 square meters, in addition to decorative tiles laminated with wallpaper and pictures. Additional production units for gypsum spray, agricultural gypsum, spray powder gypsum, and adhesive gypsum. And to extend the activities of the company and improve its services to its customers in the Gulf, they built a gypsum factory in Qatar with a production capacity of 60,000 tons annually in partnership with Qatari brethren owning third the shares. The high quality and quantity of gypsum rocks in our country provided the National Gypsum Company with the raw material needed for manufacturing from the company's quarries in Riyadh and Yanbu. Manufacturing is done by moving the rocks to the quarries for breaking them. Then they are heated in furnaces, and with the help of high temperature, they are transformed into aerated gypsum core and kept in storage after grinding. In the mixer, we add specified amounts of water and chemical compounds to produce the paste needed for manufacturing plasterboards. The gypsum mixture is put on special paper and covered with another paper to form the wet plasterboards. After a thorough electronical testing according to strict German specifications, they get the high quality required. After that, they are cut into specified lengths to form the plasterboards and pass through a special furnace to dry according to specified temperatures. The plasterboards then are taken out, keeping its face to the inside for protection, installing splints on its corner before lacing to ensure it is level and protected till installation. The plasterboards are ready now for display at the warehouses of the National Gypsum Company to be sold locally and for export. To cut and design and to fasten plasterboards the correct way, certain tools must be available. The plasterboard could be cut easily with a cutter by marking its face, and with a light tap it breaks. Then the paper backing could be cut, and it could also be cut by using a special saw when fitted with a guard. Notice that the cutter marks and cuts the board to strips 12 centimeter wide. And for strips 63 centimeter wide, we use this cutter. The plasterboard is held vertically upright and marked precisely, and after cutting, we sand the edges until straight and smooth. Then you shave the corners with a special tool to form the right surface for puttying. And for electrical installations, we use this drill. To build a wall, you could use this metal tool, which holds and presses the plasterboard onto the frame, to enable the technician to screw the boards onto the metal frame with a distance of 25 centimeters between each screw. The sticky paper is easily glued by using this roller with the special paste for the dividers. After that, and by using a special spatula, once the dividers are dry, you apply the putty again to form the final surface. The inner corners are puttied after putting strips of sticky paper using this special spatula. The outer corners are fitted with metal studs, and by using this special tool and a hammer, we putty the metal corners, and once it's dry, it could be sanded by hand till smooth. We putty the corners without using sticky tape, and that requires a plasterboard with ends shaved to a half a circle, and the cut side of the board must be shaved on an angle 2/3 the thickness of the board. The walls could be bearing or non-bearing according to the building structure, and bearing walls are used as inner partitions and weight conductors to the bases. Non-bearing walls, according to specification number DIN 18180, are used only as partitions and could be put anywhere in the building. Construction in our country is done by bearing walls and concrete steel. Therefore, plasterboards are ideal for building inside walls. As we can see, this wall is built according to current trends with a thickness of 15 centimeters and 250 kilograms to the square meter. And there is no safe way to tie it to the ceiling. But plasterboard walls are 10 times lighter, and from its metal frames could be tied to the ceiling and floor, which provides perfect structure against earthquakes. The sections are made of metal or wooden frames, sound insulator, and a layer or two of plasterboards. And to build the section, it takes third of the time of building a cement block wall with normal requirements of sound and fire insulators. The wall is made of a metal frame, sound insulator, and one plasterboard with a total weight of 25 kilograms per square meter. And that's what the National Gypsum Company recommends. And there is another model which uses two plasterboards on each side, which gives you heat insulation up to 32 degrees Celsius and sound insulation up to 55 dB, with a total weight of 49 kilograms per square meter. And there is special demands for high sound resistance on walls made of double metal frames, and the large surfaces in plasterboards dividers provides fast and economical surfaces of high quality that could be fastened to floors and ceilings. And its lightweight makes it a fine example to withstand quakes according to specification DIN 18180. And it is possible to build walls 6 meters high, also to erect building walls on a wooden frame. Instructions for building wall model W111. First, we mark the location of the dividers on the floor and the ceiling by using a water or laser level. Define the corners and door openings with stencil ink, and at the same time, we write the brand and thickness of the plasterboard and the wall. The furring channels are cut to required lengths using an electrical scissors. The back facings and sides are fitted with rubber tape or sound-resistant tape, and we must close gaps between the furring channels and both floor and ceiling, since it is a basic element of sound resistant. The furring channels are fastened with special screws, and the sound-resistant tape is fitted to the smoother surface. Then you install the main sections of the walls. Here too, we have to fit insulator tape, and fastening is done by special screws. The rest of the upper and middle sections are installed by opening the furring channels according to the same direction of the built wall. The upper sections at door openings must be supported by combining two studs of the same kind. For a door weighing up to 30 kilograms, we support the inside section by putting a wooden stud. And for doors weighing more than 30 kilograms, we put metal studs 1.5 millimeter thick, secured by sheet metal angles, which are fastened to the floor and ceiling. As for the upper door still, it could be formed from a section of the furring channel. Two plasterboards must not be connected on the length of the vertical studs over openings, but above the door, on a section of the stud, we form the corner of the upper door sill in a way that the edges of the section can withstand the upper studs so it won't move while putting the screws in. Plasterboards are installed after finishing the metal frame from one side by putting the screws 25 centimeters apart, followed by electrical installations. The upper studs has openings for passing the electrical wiring by using plastic tubing. Openings are made by using this special tool to preserve the tubes, and we put plastic clips as seen here. And the plasterboards are prepared properly for receiving electrical keys and boxes. Then we install the plastic tubing followed by insulation. The wall is ready now to put the vertical sections alternating between the plasterboard partitions and the other side. That's how we install a wall of plasterboard on a wooden frame. Work begins here by marking the floor by using a line marker. Then you put the wooden studs 30 by 50 millimeter fastened to the floor with special screws or nails 80 centimeter apart. Then we mark the ceiling considering the thickness of the furring channels for both floor and ceiling, so fixing can be vertical. Then you put in the gridders. At door opening, the wooden gridders are the same, 30 by 50 millimeters, and are nailed to the horizontal gridders. The upper door sill is cut to the required size and nailed to vertical studs. Then the plasterboard is prepared for electrical installations and cut to the required lengths and fastened by screws from one side, followed by insulation and screwing. Then apply the putty to the plasterboards. What's needed here is forming a bathroom and a kitchen in this blueprint and defining the exact location of sanitary ware and covering the outer walls and the ceiling on the inside with plasterboards. Work begins here by marking the wall on the floor for vertical installation. But for horizontal installations, you need a wall 22 centimeter thick. Measuring and marking are done as in a simple wall. But here we must mark the precise locations of pipes and sanitary ware, also marking the openings and corners of the wall. Also the brand and thickness of the plasterboard with stencil and colors. The gridders are cut to the required lengths, and the back facing is fitted on both sides by rubber tape insulator. The gridders are fastened to the floor and ceiling, followed by putting the upper gridders in the middle. And we also put in specified locations these special metal frames to fasten the sanitary ware. The toilet could be hanged as seen here. And for hanging the sink, we fasten a special metal section 63 centimeter high from the funnel surface to the floor. The special metal sections for fastening the pipes are put in. Then we finish the parallel metal frames for fastening the plasterboards. The rest of the gridders are put up and fastened to both frame with pieces of plasterboards 30 centimeter high and for a distance of 90 centimeter approximately. That way we enforce the wall properly, and here we put a section for installing another sink, followed by putting an insulator and wrapping the frame with moist-resistant plasterboards, and it is puttied. The sanitary ware could be installed with precision and fastened by special screws. To hang a lightweight item on a plasterboard, we use nails can carry a weight of 5 or 10 or 15 kilograms. Each nail can bear up to 8 kilograms. Therefore, we fix 4 points on the wooden piece to bear a weight of 32 kilograms. And we could hang a heavier weight by using special expanding screws, 50 millimeters, fastened 50 centimeters apart to hang kitchen cabinets and bookshelves. The metal frame for this wall is fixed away from the wall no less than 5 millimeters, and the upper girders consist of galvanized sections installed as in previous walls 60 centimeters apart. But in the corners we put 2 main studs, and the upper studs are fastened at the middle of the intended height to the wall with special metal angles. Between the wall and the frame, we put sound-resistant tape, and after the electrical installations, we apply insulation. Plasterboards are 180 to 4 meters in length and 120 centimeters in width. The surface of the outer walls could be covered from the inside by plasterboards fixed to a metal frame, which gives us a good heat insulator. The screws are put 25 centimeters apart as in normal walls, and the dividers are puttied. This wall is built of cement blocks 24 centimeters thick. The proper substance to insulate it, we need sheets of fiber metal 30 to 50 millimeters thick, adhered to a plasterboard 12.5 millimeters thick. The boards are fixed as follows. First, we cut strips of plasterboards to use as wedges. Then we prepare the gypsum adhesive and glue the strips to the upper part of the wall in a straight line using a ruler. Then we glue the strips to the bottom part of the wall, making sure it is on a straight line with the upper strips. Then the boards are cut to required lengths, and we apply glue to the fiber metal on the edges and the middle to a width of 10 centimeters in the upper and lower parts to the board, which will be glued to the strips which are glued to the wall. Also to the vertical strips in a way and a distance which will allow it to close when the board is pressed during installation. The board is installed and leveled, and afterwards you remove the excess adhesive. In the corners we put strips of heat